his headset is on. And welcome to Xwa No Limits, ladies and gentlemen. I am your host, MYS. Well, I think. But for tonight, we're only just a few days away until our XWA Summer Pay-Per-View, which we finally have it named to be known as XWA Tidal Wave. So yes, that stream will be happening on June 2nd instead of June 3rd, because I realized June 3rd is a Monday and, you know, a bunch of other shit. So instead, we're doing it on June 2nd. And just moments before the show even begun, well, we may have to have cameras on MYS saying that he's willing to put his title on the line. However, he's gonna need to figure out who is worthy of facing him off in a title match at Tidal Wave, which is why the owner of the SWA, Denver Anti-Lucas, made official that it will be a 5-man #1 contender match, and the last one standing in the ring will go on to Los Angeles, well, to face off MYS for the heavyweight title. But before we can get to that, before we can get into any of those nonsense, we have to get through our opening matchup. That being Sarah Wilson versus Piper Clark. Sarah pressed the lockup, but Piper Clark tried to at least put down Sarah Wilson with the big boot, mounted punches, end up connecting, finishing off with the stomp onto the stomach. I believe that was the stomach. Missing the knee, but now for Sarah Wilson going with a wheelbarrow arm drag, at least trying to create a little bit of space for her opponent. That's pretty much impressive for a suplex, but now trying to throw Piper Clark into the ropes, the man to connect with, I believe that would have been a shoulder tackle, but Piper Clark already has her sights set on newer goals. Ever since she decided to be a part of solo competition alongside with Justin Prince, it's actually not going to be a bad idea, let alone it'd actually be kind of cool to see what Piper Clark could do, but she's probably going to be in a bad predicament if she could escape this submission hold. However, she does it with ease. Yeah, nice duck over by Sarah Wilson. Well, duck under is what I meant to say, but you get the immediate idea. But now for Piper Clark, trying to at least connect a little bit of fury of attacks. Bouncing off the rope, going under. Piper Wilson managed to hop over, try to connect with shoulder tackle, but it doesn't work. And now Piper Clark now has Sarah Wilson where she needs to be, dropping her onto the top turnbuckle. And the impressive DDT almost to the side of the mat cover now. And a kick out by Sarah Wilson. And the match will technically keep on going for a little while longer. And it's almost looking at for Sarah Wilson and pretty much not going to be really happy with the results after her own match. And the fact that she's going to be having an opening match is quite impressive. But the fight not being taken out, pretty much been taken outside of the ring, and the ref count is already at 2. Standing moonsault by Sarah Wilson. Now, there's one thing that we should know about Wilson is that Sure, she may be short, but she's also pretty agile and fast in ring. And by agile, we mean that technically she could do at least a few moonsaults, or from what we've seen earlier, or just moments ago, what the standing moonsault. Did that just go to show you that Sarah Wilson is incredibly agile in the ring? I believe that Piper Clark want to try and win this match by a count out, throwing Sarah Wilson to the side as the ref count reaches 8. And I don't know, will Sarah Wilson be able to come back to her senses in this match? As Piper Clark is just staring down Sarah Wilson from across the ring, and that's gonna do it. And for Piper Clark is your winner, and for Piper Clark is your winner of the opening match. And surprisingly enough, she didn't even decide to pin with Sarah Wilson. She just decided to throw her out the ring and just let the count out do the talking. So now whatever Piper Clark has planned to do, it will be bound to happen. Surprisingly enough, for her best, well, pretty much her French best friend is nowhere in the arena, as we are trying to get a bit of info. But however, we are going to move on. Yeah, I believe it's rumored it's time for the in-ring debut of one, if not, well, four of the, but pretty much of one of the Dark Horse's henchmen, as he decided to reveal his name to be, well, Kieran Croucher. As of course for Shane Dillon, well, coming down to the ring, and we also noticed that he decided to trade out, but pretty much decided to trade out pretty much the pants for trunks, well, this time around. And honestly, it might just be a wise choice for him, because with the trunks you free to move around even more and even pull off some moves that technically had never been done before. And after Shane Dillon are pretty much looking to bag up another win tonight. And here is Kieran Croucher, in which it was actually rumored that he was one of the henchmen, but I guess those rumors are now confirmed to be true. So yes, it's official that Kieran Croucher is now part of the XWA, and from what we heard, that he is close friends with a former XWA star, and that would be Zane Auditore. Although he is still blacklisted from the company, that doesn't mean for Croucher to technically be blacklisted as well. So as he decided to show up into the company, at least show what he can do as a professional wrestler. And the match is now official. So it would be the Chicago native against the Canadian. That's Shane Dillon trying to at least get a hold of Croucher here, and what he managed to do, connect with the kick, but pretty much the upper section of the face. But now trying to at least focus on the leg, or maybe just the left hamstring, well, a Croucher. Have a Croucher wisely rolling out of the ring, but here comes Shane Dillon with a bolt over the top ropes, landing on Kieran. Now as for Shane Dillon, wanted to bring this fight onto the outside, almost close to the fans, as we are in a packed stadium in pretty much somewhere. I want to actually, let me look at this real quick. I believe the current state we are in is Long Island, New York. Yes, we are in Long Island, New York for XWA No Limits. But wait a second, covered now by Kieran. Shane Dillon gets out, and almost what would have been a near fall and first win for Kieran. Now Shane Dillon has Croucher up and down. Now go for the cover in the center of the ring. Kieran kicks out. Now for Shane Dillon, wait a second, Kieran now firing off with attacks of his own, and there is the rage. Well, that is happening inside of him. Shane Dillon, on the other hand, pretty much has other plans, going with the rebound power slam after connecting and going for a pinfall attempt in center of the ring. Kieran kicks out at 2, being a near fall. So all that both men are eager to get themselves a fight. Up and over go Kieran, and down under Kieran, and connecting with what seemed to be a torpedo Moscow, hooking the leg, and Shane Dillon surprisingly kicks out at 2. Yeah, that was 2. Now whatever Kieran tried to go for, going onto the top rope, but misses entirely. And Shane Dillon is trying to put an end to the Canadian. The Canadian sergeant, as what some people call him. Now Shane Dillon just wants Kieran to be up for whatever move he tried to do. But wait a second, Kieran managed to get a hold of Shane Dillon, stopping from what I want to say that Kieran tried to do something, but now he's charging up. And it's gonna be over. The torpedo Moscow connecting onto Kieran Crouch. Well, no, not Kieran Crouch, but Shane Dillon hooking the leg after Shane Dillon kicks out at 2 again. And I've just been informed by one of the officials that move that Kieran Crouch is doing, as he is official, well, at the move is called the Ontario Missile. Well, no, he pretty much called it the Canadian Heat Seeker, or at least just call it the Heat Seeker is what it's called. Now looking at Shane Dillon, ready to put an end to Garrett Croucher. But Croucher denies it with a counter of his own, trying to throw Shane Dillon into the rope, but Shane would be the one to counter as well. I think we get seeing a metric fuck ton of counters from both men, and there is the Heat Seeker. Straight on to Shane Dillon. Cover now. And Kieran Croucher will get the win over Shane Dillon. And pretty much after we have word that the main eventer was supposed to be in action tonight. However, he is not. Wait a second, I think I might be getting word on what is currently going on. And wait a second, and now we have pretty much camera footage and what seemed to be, what the fuck? It's Nitro! What's the fucking Nitro doing on No Limits? But he said he'd rather be signed onto Onslaught, but this doesn't just make any sense. Well, he is on No Limits. It seemed like he found the only target he needs, and that was Mr. Blue. And Mr. Blue was trying to prepare for his match, but it seemed like the match would end up being cut short, but pretty much to the surprise arrival, well, of Nitro. And we really need to get security out here, because both men could get seriously hurt out there. But I guess we have no choice but to commentate over this. So now if Mr. Blue, well, at least trying to get a hold, well, not get a hold, but at least trying to make himself at least look like a weapon, or at least an actual public enemy to Nitro. And whatever Mr. Blue was trying to do, all looking like he was trying to smash the head of Nitro onto that water fountain next to the elevator. And it's just all out chaos what happening backstage. And keep in mind, this is technically pretty much one out of the two shows. Well, pretty much for XWA's tidal wave on June 2nd. Mr. Blue managed to free himself. We don't know what Mr. Blue's current goal is to do, but now trying to throw Nitro into the elevator. And both men seemingly were fighting on the elevator. But now Mr. Blue now has Nitro on ground level. And now the fight really is going to get taken up a notch. We need to get security back here to separate these two. And hopefully get Nitro back on his respected brand, being Onslaught. Like, my question is, how much hate you need to have on a person to really go to a different brand just to fight him? That's literally like AJ Styles worth of hate. Technically like flying to Australia just to cost someone their match, where you're not even on the fucking card. And after Nitro, he's not even on the card at all. He just wants to fight for Pete's sake. But now Mr. Blue has him up in wherever he has plans. He go for a Samoan drop onto the concrete. If we may think that, well, Nitro could be badly hurt here. And the glass is now broken. But the glass is now broken in the electrical. Now Mr. Blue trying to target himself for another, and now even more glass is broken. What has gotten into these men? And like both of these men just want to tear themselves apart. And now it seems that Nitro is trying to take Mr. Blue back up to the elevator and lock him in it, but Mr. Blue frees himself. Now Mr. Blue going onto the top of the luggage, grabbing a steel chair, and man, for the act quick and using it, pretty much beating up, well, just seemingly beating up Nitro with the chair. Effort. Nitro probably need to do something here. And Mr. Blue thinking he already done enough damage, and there's the low blow connecting on, well, onto Mr. Blue. Yep, he is definitely not going to be having kids in his future. But wait a second, he managed to fight through the pain, and now whatever Mr. Blue is trying to do, it seems like he's trying to aim for the garage area for No Limits and into another glass panel. Seriously, what is with these guys? This session was literally hitting each other with glass. And now Mr. Blue has the trash can. So we're just waiting for Nitro to get up. And now, pretty much making him fly with the trash can in hand. But it seems that, oh no, Mr. Blue targeting the ambulance. Mr. Blue is now targeting the ambulance and seemingly to open the back door of it. What the hell is Mr. Blue trying to do? Is he trying to send Nitro, well, into an early retirement before he even gets a match on Onslaught? And looking at Mr. Blue might just do the exact thing we just said. Well, at least attempted to try and lock Nitro inside of the ambulance. But Nitro fights back. And now Nitro managed to lift Pretty much to lift up Mr. Blue and throws him inside of the ambulance. Wait, but now Mr. Blue is outside of it. And pretty much we now have word that Anti is aware of it, or let alone Denver Lucas is aware of the situation, and he is already sending security and refs down to their location. But I don't think it's probably gonna work, because these two are literally trying to do the absolute worst to each other. And there's Electro pretty much trying to escape the ways of Mr. Blue, and seemed that Electro just wanted to inflict tons of pain on Mr. Blue, but never expected him to fight back. And there's the leaping clothesline. Whatever Mr. Blue had planned, and now trying to at least aim for the massive garage door. That's literally the stadium entrance. And now just throwing Electro into the steel. After Electro trying to beg for forgiveness, but it won't work. For Mr. Blue, it's all about forgiveness. And now he realized that being pretty much now having some forgiveness, it's causing him most of his matches. And everyone, well, pretty much as everyone, but inside the Long Island Stadium is just in complete shock. And there's the spear! But Mr. Blue, it seems that he has like total dominance in the very ring. Wait a second, now security trying to pull Mr. Blue back. But I don't think it's not gonna work. But wait a second, here comes Blue! And see that Electro is trying to fight back for himself. But security is trying to stop both men. And I believe Mr. Blue is out cold. And security trying to pull both, or at least Electro, off of Mr. Blue. And I don't think Mr. Blue will put himself into a match after that one. Oh my god. Wait a second. But literally looking at the camera. Wait a second. Alright, Blue. You got my attention. So you know what? I'll make this a little fair for you. You and me. Tidal wave. And everyone, as all the security is literally telling Electro to get the hell out of the arena. But as of course the medical team is now on standby checking up with Mr. Blue. We don't know will he be alright. And I think, oh no. And they're calling for the stretcher. And then now escorting Mr. Blue straight to the ambulance. I think his neck might just be broken. We do not know. And of course Denver Lucas is backstage. Literally telling Electro, what the fuck was that supposed to be for? You wasn't even supposed to be backstage in the first place. This is literally trespassing on company ground. And I believe that Electro probably gonna be having some, pretty much gonna have a heavy fine to pay. Well, you're gonna have one heavy fine the moment he gets back on Onslaught. And we just received a tweet from the boss himself saying that after the assault backstage, Mr. Blue will not be fighting. Well, Mr. Blue will not be taking part in a match. Well, pretty much in his matchup against Haven tonight. However, there will be a, however, the match will still go on, but Haven will have a different opponent. Now, Mr. Blue is already being sent to a local medical facility as we speak. But with that aside, it is time for us to move on. It's time for us to move on within tonight's matchups. But we are sending our prayers, hoping that Mr. Blue is not badly hurt to the point where he cannot compete in ring. We're sending our best wishes, hoping that Blue will be able to fight. Also, Hunter, there's going to be a bit of a change of plan for us playing online on 2K.
Cool.
Bro, you're alright. Hunter?
Busy.
Alright then. And for Dallas, Carmelo will already in the ring, and he's actually kind of a little bit surprised, or let alone, he's just overall in shock of what happened backstage. Because she heard everything that was going on before she even made her walkout. So now, here comes Sophia Diaz. God damn it. I throw my fucking bottle of water into the damn trash and missed it entirely. Now the match is official, and Dallas Carmelo now has to focus on her match instead of worrying for Mr. Blue. After Dallas Carmelo to kind of put away, I want to say a SoundCloud rapper being Sophia Diaz. Now, Caribbean went down with the suplex. Now for Sophia Diaz trying to do something here, but at least trying to be a bit of a show off before doing an impressive leg drop onto Carmelo. And there decides to flip for a neck breaker and breaking, almost attempting to try and break the whole leg of Dallas Carmelo, but for Diaz going onto the top rope and go for the mic drop. And hooking the leg, and Carmelo would be the one to kick out. Now for Diaz trying to get Carmelo up outside the ring, going for a discus punch. And now just driving her into the steel steps. And there's the leg drops. I think that end up connecting. Now, I go for some punches straight to the head of Dallas. Now be a throwback inside the ring. And lost out with Dallas Carmelo. And there's the running leg. And now he's going for a suicide dive onto the outside. After now, Carmelo attempt to go for a pinfall attempt, but Diaz would be the one to kick out. Is looking that I believe that what we are being told by, well, hold on, Carmelo goes for pinfall, but after we got really interrupted by that, we have been told by chairman Denver Lucas saying that some of the match cards are going to have to get cut short, meaning that for the 5 minute and since the pay-per-view was on June 2nd, that does mean there will be a match held on the 31st. As Denver has said that we are gonna go from back-to-back show. That we are gonna have a back-to-back show tomorrow. Because tomorrow But tomorrow he's saying that we could do both. Pretty much we could do FWA Onslaught, but there will be no limits wrestlers there and fighting. And this is only going to happen just this once. So after tomorrow, the 5-man, well, the #1 contender match will be made official. The Terry Diff would be close to main event. But the person that will be technically taking Mr. Blue's place in this matchup will be his tag team partner, Sky. So he'll be, I guess I want to say he'll be the one to fill in the gap in the way. Yeah, so he'll be the one to fill in the gap for Mr. Blue while he is at the medical facility recovering from the absolute onslaught, all thanks, well, pretty much all thanks to Nitro. I'm just going to skip the entrance because my 10-minute entrance is long. But don't worry, I will change it by the time of Tidal Wave. So yes, you can tell that Haven is a little bit pissed off that he lost his first championship. And here is Sky. So I'm really frustrated Haven going up against Sky here in this matchup. And the match is official. And now for Haven, immediately going with a springboard crossbody to start off the match. And you can tell that Haven is like just badly frustrated at the fact that he lost the only thing that technically means to him. That he fought hard at live shows and televised events. Well, pretty much at multiple live shows in order to get this belt. So now here goes Haven, going for the outside suicide dive. It seemed that Haven is literally out for blood and trying his absolute hardest to earn himself another title shot. If he just wanted another title shot, he could have just entered for the heavyweight champion. That's pretty much for the referee trying to push Haven back and prevent him from doing extra damage outside the ring for Sky. Now for Haven, at least trying to put down was Sky, but Sky managed to start countering up his own. I think he's trying to lock the leg and the arm. But Haven managed to get out. A takedown and mounted punches connect onto Haven. And now Sky is in control of the matchup. And now here comes the Sky going above the top ropes and landing directly onto Haven. Now for Haven, sounds like that he's taking control back in the ring, and there is pretty much the face twist. Wait a second, Sky trying to go for a sudden roll up. Haven managed to kick out, and now we got blood running down the face. Well, a Sky, he's pretty much running off of pure adrenaline, pretty much trying to put an end to Haven. And now whatever Sky had plans to do here, trying to go on to the top, waiting for Haven to get up and try to go for the spring, well, the top rope Superman punch, but not if Haven is going to allow it. And now for Sky going for a cover here, and Haven kicks out before one. Now Haven pretty much trying to earn an opportunity. And there's one. And there's two. Unless he can connect with number three. And when the three amigos connect. It seems that Haven's not finished because he wanted to put the final nail. And Sky's coffin with the frog splash connecting. And Haven would win. It seems that Haven is really fucking pissed off and going up against his opponent. And I suggest you might as well look out. And I suggest you might as well look out because that man is out on a rampage to get his belt back. Anyway, we're gonna move on to the final match. Well, surprisingly, the final match of the night. And that being... But yeah, it is going to be the final match of the night because we're kind of in a little bit of a rush. Unfortunately, but don't worry. Don't worry, we'll figure out some way. Hey, here comes Caitlin Carter. Well, here comes Caitlin Carter being accompanied by her best friend, Amanda Bryce. See, as that Caitlin Carter was in ring, as her best friend will be watching from ringside. And here comes Kristen Wilson. It seemed that Kristen Wilson kind of happier than ever. And pretty much she's ready to go in the main event. Now the main event match is official for Caitlin Carter going up against Kristen Wilson. That for Caitlin Carter. Almost trying to hold her own against Kristen Wilson. But whatever that Caitlin Carter is trying to do, she's trying her best to fight out for her own situation. Now he gets off for a split second. And for Amanda Bryce trying to hop onto the apron, she would be trying to get a distraction for the refs so Caitlin Carter would be able to capitalize. But Amanda remembered that technically she preferred to play by the rules. And technically she is not part of the SWAT team no more. But now for Caitlin Carter, trying to at least get a grip onto Kristen Wilson. But Kristen ends up escaping. Here goes Kristen Wilson with a suicide dive, not only taking out Caitlin Carter, but also taking down Amanda Bryce. I believe that was possibly not the plan in the eyes of Kristen Wilson, but hey, whatever works. The ref count now reaches 6. What did Kristen Wilson attempted to do? Not going to be pretty, but Caitlin Carter will try to roll Kristen Wilson back into the ring. And there at the snap of the arm, you can tell Amanda Bryce is pretty much just a little bit scared. Well, yet she is a bit scared. Pretty much seeing her friend's arm being snapped like that and still being able to move. But now, Caitlin Carter going onto the top rope, looking for it. And pretty much going for a diving headbutt, hooking the leg. Unfortunately for Kristen Wilson, she will kick out. Well, unfortunately for Caitlin Carter, Kristen Wilson will kick out. And there goes the hyper extension. Now for Kristen Wilson going on top. And Caitlin Carter trying to pummel her into the head before landing the extra uppercut just for good measure. Now for Kristen Wilson going for a quick pinfall attempt. And Caitlin Carter gets out of 2. After Amanda Bryce is just trying to rally the crowd. And hopefully having the crowd rally behind Caitlin Carter for her to pull off a win. So now looking at Caitlin Carter can put an end to Kristen Wilson. And seeming that she might be able to, lifting up with Kristen Wilson before slamming her back down on the mat. But unfortunately, Kristen Wilson is gonna live on. So now for Caitlin Carter, it's trying to at least put away with Kristen Wilson. However, it will be Kristen that tries to get at least a match victory. As you saw for a moment, that Amanda Bryce started possibly thought of an idea with the rip one of the turnbuckle pads off, but decided not to since the ref already had eyes locked. After Caitlin Carter trying to at least get a little bit of oxygen. But wait a second, what is Kristen Wilson trying to do here? Trying to go for a ripcord lariat. Shoulder down. And Caitlin Carter still kicks out. And you're trying to grab onto the rope. But I don't think the ropes are not going to be enough in the eyes of Kristen Wilson. We're trying to sneak up behind her. And Kristen Wilson managed to get the arms up and counter the move. And now just throwing with Kristen Wilson into the corner and going for some chops. Now it's Kristen Wilson's turn to try and return the favor. There's shoulder tackle. And a backflip and another shoulder tackle straight to Caitlin Carter. And you see for Kristen trying to pull Caitlin Carter onto the ring. And Kristen Wilson will get the win over Caitlin Carter in your main event. And now you're gonna be all for Xwa No Limits, although it might have been a little bit of a short show. Because there were going to be two big matches that were going to happen, but unfortunately, there was a change of plan. But don't worry, they'll probably be dealt with tomorrow. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the show. And until next time, we're just one more show away until Tidal Wave.